I'm Greg, an IP Centrex coordinator with Cox Business Services. I'm here to introduce you to your new IP Centrex handset. This will be a quick 10 to 15 minute training that we will split between two different videos. Cox Business Services and the IP Centrex team want to deliver the best services possible, and we want you to have the best experience possible. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Welcome back to the second video of the Cisco 508 phone. On this video, we're going to put a phone call on the phone and show you how to move phone calls throughout the system. Okay, so a phone call comes in. You'll notice that the caller ID is nice and large. We can either hit answer right here, or we can just pick up the handset or pick it up with the speakerphone. You'll notice with a phone call on the phone, the options across the middle have changed. The first option is end call. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to hang up on your caller. The second option is conference calling. Now, conference calling works just like the old three-way calling at your house. You have me on the phone, you want to conference in a buddy, all you have to do is hit conference. It will automatically place your first caller on hold and give you a dial tone. Call your second party and go, hey, I'm going to bring you in on a conference call. Then hit conference again and all three of you are talking. Now we're down to the nitty-gritty. How do we actually move phone calls throughout the system? Depending upon how your phone is set up, we have three separate ways that this can occur. Let's cover the line key system first. If you have lines 1, 2, 3, and 4 down the side, this is the easiest way to move a phone call throughout your system. All you have to do is literally place the caller on hold and tell somebody to pick up line 1. Hey Jim, could you pick up line 1? Sure, and he hits line 1 to assume the phone call. It's that simple. You could even use your intercom to do so. So I can place the caller on hold. Even though I can't read the button anymore, I know this is my intercom button. I can hit intercom, extension pound. As soon as that goes off, I can say, hey, you have a call holding on line 1. They can reply, thank you. Then they can hit the line and take that phone call. That is the easiest way with a line key to move phone calls throughout the system. So now let's move to our transferring options. We have two separate transferring options on the phone system. One is blind transfer, represented here by the BXfer button. The other is a consulted transfer, represented here by the XFer button. Let's talk about the difference. A blind transfer is exactly that. I just want to move a phone call from this phone to that phone. I don't want to tell them it's coming. I don't want to warn them, happy birthday, here's your phone call. To do that, all I have to do is hit blind transfer, extension pound, and it transfers that phone call. Now the phone call is going to come back in. And now let's talk about the way people really want you to transfer a phone call. This is a consulted transfer. A consulted transfer, you actually get to talk to the individual that you're handing the phone call off to. To do that, all I have to do is hit the XFer button, enter extension pound.
Hello.
Hey Bob, I've got Greg on the line from Cox. Do you want to take this phone call?
Sure.
Then all I have to do is hit the transfer button. I am transferring it now. And that phone call appears in Bob's ear. It's that simple. One other thing I'd like to note is when you use a blind transfer, the caller's caller ID will go with it. When you use a consulted transfer, it will be your caller ID. Alright, so let's bring a phone call back into the system. And I have one more thing to show you. Say I hit this transfer button and talk to Bob.
Hello.
Hey Bob, I've got Greg on the line from Cox. Do you want to talk to him?
No, thanks.
Okay, thanks Bob. So Bob's going to hang up the phone. Now what do? I hit the flashing red button to take the phone call back. Hey, I'm sorry, Bob would really like to talk to you, but he's unavailable right now. Would you like his voicemail? That's the other options we have. Now this is completely procedural. You can decide how your company wants to handle this, but this is how we do it in our office. Would you like their voicemail? They say sure. I use the scroll wheel to scroll to the right, and you see this button right here that says X for VM. All I have to do is hit X for VM. As soon as I hear the speaking, enter extension pound, and it will drop that phone call directly in to that person's voicemail. That's it. It's very simple. Take about 15-20 minutes and play with your phone, and you'll have it down pat. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon.